All set whenever you're ready.
Step to the counter, say your full name for the judge, including your middle. Right here.
I'm sorry.
Step up to the counter right here. See where my hand's tapping?
Yeah, I'm sorry.
You're good.
I'm
Right here.
old and I'm scared.
You're good. Say your full name for the judge, including your middle.
Deborah Lee Schmunk.
All right, Ms. Schmunk, give me a moment here. I would like to confirm your address. Give me a moment. The state is alleging two charges against you. Both of them are felony allegations. The first one is a criminal damage charge. The second one is criminal damage to a utility. On those charges, you have the right to remain silent, right to counsel, and right to trial. I've scheduled you for a preliminary hearing on the 20th of July at 4:00 p.m. The preliminary hearing is to determine if there is probable cause to charge you with those two felony allegations. If probable cause is found, then your case will bind over to the Gila County Superior Court. If probable cause is not found, one or both of those charges could dismiss or be reduced.
Okay.
Your release orders are the following. Obey all orders of the court and not commit any crimes. Notify the court immediately of any change of address. Not to leave the state of Arizona without permission of the court. Not to contact the alleged victims in any manner. Not to possess or consume any alcohol or drugs without a valid prescription. Do you understand those release conditions?
I do.
All right.
Sorry, I'm scared. I've never been in jail before in my life.
That's okay.
This is my first.
Okay, so you understand those release conditions and you can obey those release conditions?
Absolutely.
All right.
I have a remote job at my
Okay.
house.
All right. There is a possibility that your case will go in front of a grand jury prior to your court date. If that happens, you will not have to appear in court. The best thing for you to do is to call the first business day closest to that court date to see if the court is still taking place or not. And then the court will advise you if you need to come in or not. Okay?
Yes, do I get a public defender or something like that? Because I'm my only income and I live in an apartment that's very
not at this stage. That may come later, but not at this stage because you're not held in custody for the charges. So that could come later. Otherwise, if you wanting to get an attorney, you can get your own attorney, but I understand.
No, I can't afford it.
All right. So with your promise to obey those release conditions and appearance in court, unless you're otherwise notified, I'll release you on your own recognizance. Do you have any questions?
No, I don't. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. That's all I've got.
Step to the counter right here. Say your full name for the judge, including your middle.
Bianca Lizette Casala.
Thank you. Give me one moment, please.
Sir.
All right, what I'd like to do is confirm your address. Give me one moment and I'll get to make aware of the charges here.
I'm sorry, one second. She was doing stuff on the recorder, so I'm trying to do that.
No problem. Yeah, I didn't have the handheld or I already started that, so.
On record.
All right. So the state is alleging one violation of driving on a suspended, revoked, or canceled driver's license against you. What I'd like to do, with your permission, is go ahead and have the arraignment now, and depending on how you plead, possibly conclude the case. That's going to save you other 2 or 3 trips back to court.
That sounds good. Yes, sir.
Yeah, to do that, I'll need your permission to do this by video instead of having you personally appear in court. Okay, so the driving suspended violation is a class 1 misdemeanor that's punishable with a maximum fine of $2,500, 6 months in jail, and or 3 years of probation. There is no jail time being asked of the case, so you're not facing that as a consequence. That's whether you go to trial and are found guilty, or if you plead guilty or no contest. You're not facing the consequence of jail time. If that changes, so does your rights, okay?
Okay.
Your options are to plead guilty, not guilty, or no contest. The difference between those pleas are the following. If you plead guilty, you're admitting that you committed the crime. If you plead no contest, you're not admitting or denying that you committed the crime, but you're accepting the conviction. Both guilty and no contest pleas show on your criminal history as a conviction. You can plead not guilty, and what we'll do is schedule you for a pre-trial conference. That means that you think that you're innocent of the offense, or you want to talk to the prosecutor. And we would do that by scheduling you for a pretrial conference. At that pretrial conference, you'll speak with the prosecutor. They may present you the police report, any other information they intend on using at a trial at a later date. At the conclusion of that meeting, one of the following results will occur. Number 1, the case will in fact go to a trial. Number 2, the case could enter a plea agreement. Number 3, the case could be dismissed. Or number 4, you could change your plea, or the case could be continued for further research. You understand those options?
Yes, sir.
All right. You also have the right to an attorney. Since there's no jail time, that takes away that cause for a court-appointed attorney. You have the following options for an attorney. Number 1, waive the presence of an attorney and proceed forward. Number 2, hire an attorney at your own expense, and I'll enter a not guilty plea for you. Number 3, present to the court good cause for a court-appointed attorney and see if that qualifies for you to have an attorney at little or no cost. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
Okay, how do you wish to proceed regarding the attorney?
I waive
Okay.
it.
All right, what I'll be doing is sending you a waiver form that does 2 things. Number 1, waives your personal appearance that we talked about earlier. And number 2, waives the presence of an attorney. It's going to require you to sign and date that form, okay?
Okay.
All right, do you have any questions before I take a plea from you regarding the charge of driving on a suspended, revoked, or canceled driver's license?
No.
All right, how do you wish to
Would
plead?
it- I plead guilty. Yeah, I was guilty. I don't have a license. My license is suspended right now.
Okay, you were going to ask a question. What was that question?
Yeah, it's because I'm on a lot of payment plans just from a lot of stuff I did in my 20s. So I'm just being honest. I was just in between jobs, but I work at 2 jobs now. I have Arby's and another job, and I work full time on both. So I do plan on like getting caught up with that. That's the only reason it got suspended, was because I didn't pay something to the MVD. So I'm gonna fix that. Yeah, I'm sorry about that. I wasn't even aware that it was already suspended.
Okay. All right. There's some information I got to go over with you regarding the rights that you're giving up by entering a guilty plea. I want to make
Okay.
sure that you're aware of those. Those are the right to plead not guilty and require the state to prove your guilt beyond a reasonable doubt. By pleading guilty, you're giving up the right to have a trial in front of a judge. You're giving up the right to have the assistance of an attorney at all stages of the proceeding, including appeal. That's what we talked about with the attorney waiver form. You're giving up the right to confront witnesses against you and cross-examine them as to the truthfulness of their testimony. You're giving up the right to present evidence in your own behalf and have the court compel your chosen witnesses to appear and testify free of charge. You're giving up the right to remain silent, to be presumed innocent, or until proven guilty beyond a reasonable doubt, and also giving up the right to a direct appeal. Are you on probation or parole?
No, sir.
Okay. I want to make you also aware of possible collateral consequences, and those are the following. The possible suspension of your driver's license, an impact on a commercial driver's license or other professional license, an impact on your insurance rates, the revocation of probation or parole, increased penalty for further criminal charges, becoming a prohibited possessor if you're convicted of domestic violence charges, and if you're not a citizen of the United States, a plea or finding of guilt may result in your deportation or being denied citizenship or reentry. Further on your citizenship is Rule 17.2 states that if you're not a citizen of the United States, pleading guilty or no contest to a crime may affect your immigration status. Admitting guilt may result in deportation even if the charge is later dismissed. Your plea or admission of guilt could result in your deportation or removal, could prevent you from ever being able to get legal status in the United States, or it could prevent you from becoming a United States citizen. Understanding each of these rights I've explained to you, wish to waive those rights and enter your guilty plea?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Regarding your guilty plea, did you make that voluntarily?
Yes, sir.
Nobody forced, threatened, or harassed you to make that plea?
No.
Any promises made to you that if you pled guilty, you'd receive any type of benefit?
No.
Okay, the court will accept your plea, finds that you made it knowingly, voluntarily, and intelligently. I was sending you a copy of the form that I just read to you, that you're waiving your rights. You'll see my initials going down the left column at the bottom of that paper. It requires your signature. That's you acknowledging that you're giving up those rights with your guilty plea.
Okay.
You may file a Rule 33 petition for post-conviction relief, and if denied, file a petition for review. I'll give you a paper that explains that. It'll also explain to you how to set aside the judgment of conviction pursuant to Arizona Revised Statutes 13905. Once the terms of the sentence have been completed, then you may qualify for a certificate of second chance and apply to seal the records pursuant to Arizona Revised Statutes 13911 once the terms of the sentence and the timeframes therein have been satisfied. So that letter will explain each of those things to you. I'm now going to review the factual basis of your case with you. Give me a moment. All right, on the complaint that's been provided to the court, it indicates that on 6/28 of 2026 at about 1:37 p.m., you were contacted at or near milepost 252 on State Route 260. That is the 400 block of State Route 260. That is in the Payson city limits in Gila County and the jurisdiction of this court. During that contact, it was found that you were operating a motor vehicle on a public roadway while your license was suspended, revoked, or canceled, and you are here pleading guilty to that violation today. Does that sound correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay. All right. Do you wish to give any further information to the court before we impose sentencing on the case?
Yes, please. I was getting off of work at the Arby's, and as soon as I pulled out the plaza, I got pulled over, and I was going to my other job that's across the street at another place. So I was just in between my jobs, and I wasn't aware that my license was suspended. But I do take responsibilities for that, and I do want to pay everything that I have to pay. What if that requires me to pay a fee? I didn't mean to break any rules or laws. Like, I came a long way, changed my life. So I just want to get out. I have to be at work today at 4 o'clock, and I missed work yesterday at my second job. So this stuff's really screwing me up. So I'm not gonna drive no more. I'm gonna get an e-bike, and I just want to like stay out of trouble.
Okay. A couple of things on that. Did you have a driver's license to give to the police when you got stopped?
No, that I left my wallet at home. I do have my valid driver. I still have a driver license that I had from the M&D, but I was leaving work and I didn't have my license on me. But I gave them all my information. I was completely honest with them.
Okay.
And yeah.
But you indicated you knew you had overdue fines in other courts, so it's not a surprise that your license was suspended,
No,
right?
that's when they told me that my license was suspended. That's the first thing that came to my mind. I didn't know they were gonna. They don't immediately just turn your license off when you don't pay. They give you chances to get on a payment plan.
Correct.
Things
Correct.
like that. So I wasn't aware that at that moment it was. But it all hit me right when I got pulled over. That it
Okay.
must have kicked in the system.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. So this court works the same as those courts. You know, we're going to impose a fine here. I'm going to release you out of custody. And then you're going to be required to make payments on that fine. If you don't, then, you know, it takes a while, but your license will go suspended. In this case, it's a criminal offense. A warrant will issue for your arrest, okay?
Yeah, I'll make sure to pay that when I get released.
All right. All right. So I'm going to impose the standard fine for the violation is $482. There's a one-time jail fee of $69 for the incarceration. That's a total of $551. Do you need a payment plan for that balance?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so I have to add a one-time payment plan fee of $20 per statute. That brings the balance to $571. How much are you able to pay per month on that?
I could pay $100 a month.
And that's a comfortable amount?
Yeah, that's comfortable.
And that will help take care of those other issues that you have out there?
Yeah.
Because you
Like
can look.
75, maybe 75 will be a little better. Yeah.
Okay, let's drop it to 50. And if you can pay more when you're settling all those other things, then you can pay more to get this done quicker. Okay,
Thank you.
but then you can have some funds to settle those things, maybe get your license back.
Okay.
I'll schedule your first payment out 30 days from today's date.
Okay.
That'll be due on the 31st of July. All right, so you'll be receiving a judgment and sentencing form that indicates you're paying $50 per month to the court. First payment is due 7/31 of 26. Total balance of $571. On the bottom of that judgment and sentencing forms are ways to make those payments remotely if you want. They will charge you a merchant fee, but you can always just stop in if you wish to pay in person. You have any questions for me at all?
No, sir.
Okay, so we'll release you out of custody on your own recognizance, and that'll conclude the case after I get all your signatures and stuff on it. That's all.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you, Judge.
You betcha. And then I got one to call in Globe, so it'll just be a few minutes before I get it sent over.
Not a problem, thank you, sir.
You betcha. Hi there, you here for somebody in custody or?
Yes, I am.
What's the defendant's name?
W. Schmook.
Yeah, so I just, she'll be released. I just saw her right before you walked in.
Oh,
So
okay.
she's released. She'll be, I haven't sent the paperwork yet, so if you go right across the street, she'll be released. You can just knock on the doors out there at the sheriff's office, let them know who you're there for, and as soon as they get the paperwork and stuff, they'll be released.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Either County Jail.
Hi there, Judge Garvin Payson. How are you?
Where are you?
I'm doing good. I was wondering if I could get an appearance with Noah Christensen. They added some charges on him.
Yeah, give me about 30 minutes and I'll call you on the laptop.
Okay, sounds good. I'll wait for your call.
Thank you, sir.
You bet.
How's it going, Judge?
Good. All I got is a black screen so far. Oh, I think there you are. It just took a little while. Yeah.
Okay, he's coming right now.
Thank you. And then when we're done, do you want me to just send it to that general Payson Gila or Globe Gel?
Yes,
Okay.
Judge.
And we're just using that one from now on, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Hello there.
Hello.
I wanted to notify you the sheriff's office added some additional charges.
Oh, no.
Okay. So you're made aware of it already?
I'm not aware of it. But...
Okay. All right. So for our record, could you state your name?
Noah David Christensen.
All right, Mr. Christensen. So the addition charges are a disorderly conduct charge filed under the domestic violence statute. Burglary in the third degree, that's a felony allegation. The first one's a misdemeanor. And then resisting arrest passively, that's also a misdemeanor. They're alleged from the date of April 28th when the police tried to contact you. Looked like there was a foot chase or something like that. Came back to the place, another foot chase ensued. So it's that incident, just to try to bring your memory refreshing it. So those are the allegations. You have the right to remain silent, right to counsel, and right to trial. This is scheduled for a arraignment and a preliminary hearing on the 20th of July at 4:00 p.m. The preliminary hearing is regarding the felony to determine if there's probable cause to charge you. The arraignment is the misdemeanor violations that you'll have the opportunity to plead guilty, not guilty, or no contest on that date. Depending on how you plead will be what happens next with the court proceedings after your plea. All of those options and the penalty range will be explained to you before you give your plea. Release conditions are obey all orders of the court, not to commit any crimes, notify the court immediately of any change of address or if you obtain an address. Do not leave the state of Arizona without permission of the court, not to contact the alleged victim in any manner, not to return to the location of the alleged offense, and not to possess any firearms. Go ahead, sir.
Yes, sir.
Do you have any questions on that?
No, sir.
Okay, I'm releasing you on your own recognizance on these charges, so you're not facing any additional bond amount. You're held on bond on those other ones, but these ones you're being released on, so they'll probably look at them all together, but you're not held on these. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Okay.
So I'm being released?
Well, you're not being released. You're being not held on these charges. So you're still held on those other charges.
Oh.
Okay, that's why you're in custody now. Okay, but these charges that added on, there's no bond on them. I'm not raising the bond at all.
Oh.
Does it make sense?
Yeah. So what do I do to get released?
You either post the bond or you got a court date coming up.
Oh.
Okay, and that's going to be the original bond. I'm not adding more to these charges.
All right.
Okay, is that all you have? All on the questions you have?
Well, I was needing to go to the hospital to re-break this.
That'll be up to the detention staff and their medical staff there. So you just let them know that you're what you want to do and see what happens.
All right.
All right. Have a good one.
Okay.